I'm currently doing a social media detox. Now, by the time this goes live, I don't know if I will still be on it, but currently I am on a social media detox. And the reason why I did this, social media detox and TV/movie detox. So both of them together. The reason why I made the decision to do this is because it's a lot going on right now. And what I've noticed on social media is that it's really, really negative. It's really, really negative.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things happening. And don't get me wrong, I understand why it's at a place, because right now a lot of people are like feeling that pinch of things that are going on in society. There's a lot of news that just comes out everywhere. So it's like unsolicited news updates that you're getting whether you want them or not. Right. You don't have to like go watch the news anymore. It's everywhere. And then too, like it seems like everybody just complaining right now. And don't get me wrong, I be complaining too. So I get it. But it started to crowd my mind, and I'm like, us complaining about different things, for one, are not going to solve the problem. And it's easy for you to get in your head and like feel like the world is ending essentially, because there's so much negative things that are happening in the world. Right. And I just felt in my mental state that I needed to take a step back. And then the reason why I'm doing a TV/movie detox is because I'm currently reading, I just finished it last night, the book From Trash Man to Cash Man by Myron Golden. And he was just talking about how, like, if you're not in a financial place that you're satisfied with, you ain't got time to be watching no TV. Like, why are you watching TV and movies, spending all these hours binge watching these different shows? Right. And don't get me wrong, like, you're doing it to escape from your reality. Like, you're just doing that for entertainment. You had a long day at work or whatever, and so you just by default turn on the TV to just kind of decompress, whatever. But why not create a life that you enjoy so that you don't feel the need to have to escape? And you're not going to do that by watching all these hours worth of TV and movies. And it really stung me, because I'm like, dang, you're right. Colin just recently got me on the show The Rookie, and I love the show The Rookie. Like, it's like a police officer type of like TV series, and there's like 6 seasons. And I'm starting from the first season, and I've got to season 3, and this is when I was reading the book, and I'm like, oh man, I done watched 3 seasons of The Rookie. You know, like just day to day. And I have to replace those things for me with reading books, listening to Audible, listening to podcasts, doing something that's more productive that will, for one, stop me from escaping my reality instead of dealing with my reality. And then 2, allowing me to replace that with productive activities that can push the needle forward in my life. So that's what's new with me. I love my little social media detox so far.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that there's been a difference for sure.
Yeah, I feel a lot better mentally already. I'm only on day 2, maybe day 2 or day 3.
It's day 3.
Day 3, I already don't feel the comparison situation that I tend to deal with, like comparing my life or my situation with others. That has instantly been dropped. I'm not focused on anybody else's life and, ooh, it's me, why I don't got that, da-da-da-da. And then I don't have things that are putting me in a negative state because of what other people are posting, if that makes sense. Like, oh man, that's crazy. That's, you feel bad, and then you move on to the next post or the next video, and then it's just that up and down that I don't feel anymore.
Yeah, I feel like in order to have a positive life, you got to protect your energy. And there's a lot of stuff, that's introduced to you, whether it's social media, TV, music, whatever it is. And, the fact that you've acknowledged that, because people, you got to keep in mind that there are triggers that happen for people, that whether or not it puts you in having anxiety or depression or whatever it may be. And, so that's one of the things, like acknowledging that, realizing that, is extremely big.
Yeah. I also felt like I was dealing with a little bit of addiction too, because by default, you just click on these apps. Even if they're boring, even if you're not going on there to do anything, it's just like your fingers get used to you just clicking on them every so often. And then you get on there and you're like, why am I even on this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did I get here? Right. And then you click off, and then like a couple seconds later, you right back on there.
Yeah.
And then that's going to bring us right into our hot topic, the TikTok ban. Because I was going to say, I have to be careful with going on TikTok because I'll go a whole week and not touch TikTok. But then the moment I click on TikTok, I'm there for hours.
Yeah. And that's the thing with TikTok, you know, they have things that you don't know what you're going to find on there.
It's a slot machine.
So you keep, you know, going and going and going. But if you start clicking on anything negative, then of course your feed's going to be a negative feed.
Like,
so
more.
Right.
Yep.